Syrian President Ahmad al-Sharaa arrived in New York on the Sunday to take part in the United Nations General Assembly, the first president of Syria to do so in nearly 6 decades. The last time a Syrian head of the state also attended the General Assembly was back in the 1967. That was before the 50-year rule of the Assad family dynasty, which came to an end in the December when the then president, that is Bashar al-Assad, was ousted in a lightning insurgent offensive led by the al-Sharaa. Also, Assad's fall brought an end to nearly 14 years of the civil war. Since then, al-Sharaa has sought to restore ties with the Arab countries and the West, where the officials were initially wary of his past ties with the Al-Qaeda terrorist group. Also, the rebel group he formerly led, that is Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, was previously designated by the United States as a terrorist group or organization. Since assuming power, the al-Sharaa has preached coexistence and sought to reassure the Syria's minority communities, but the country's fragile recovery has been threatened by the outbreaks of sectarian violence. The fighters affiliated with the new government were also accused of killing hundreds of civilians from the Druze and the Alawite religious minorities. Along with his appearance at the United Nations General Assembly, al-Sharaa is likely to use his visit to push for further sanctions relief for the Syria as it attempts to rebuild its war-battered economy and infrastructure. The United States President Donald Trump met with the al-Sharaa in the Saudi Arabia in the May month and also announced that he would lift decades of sanctions imposed on the Syria under the Assad's rule. He followed through by ordering a large swaths of sanction lifted or waived. However, the most stringent sanctions were imposed by the Congress under the Syria Civilian Protection Act passed in 2019 and will also require a congressional vote to permanently remove them. Another topic that will loom large during the al-Sharaa's visit is his country's relation with the United States ally Israel. Since Assad's fall, Israel has been suspicious of the al-Sharaa's government and has also seized a formerly United Nations patrolled buffer zone in the southern Syria and launched hundreds of airstrikes on the Syrian military sites. Negotiations have been underway for a security deal that al-Sharaa has said that he hopes will bring about a withdrawal of the Israeli forces and return to a 1974 disengagement agreement. While al-Sharaa said last week that a deal could be reached in a matter of days, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in remarks Sunday appeared to downplay the odds of a breakthrough. There is some progress, but the deal is still a vision for the future, he said. Also on the Sunday, the Syrian election officials announced that the country's first paramilitary and parliamentary elections since the fall of the Assad will take place on the October 5th. The member of the People's Assembly will not be chosen via direct popular vote, however, but through an electoral college system with the electoral bodies in each province voting for the 2/3 of the seats, while the al-Sharaa will directly appoint 1/3. The officials have said that holding the direct elections at this stage would be too logistically challenging since many Syrians have lost personal documentation or are living as refugees abroad after the nearly 14-year civil war.